everyone, and welcome back to another West Wind video. And today we'll be going over a term known as fish runs. Now, fish runs is a common term amongst a vast majority of tradeland merchants. And what is a fish run, you might ask? Well, it is a act of buying and selling cargo that is purchased with various types of fish, as opposed to a regular cargo you can buy with doubloons, with the exception of musical instruments, which is bought with copper at Nova, and furniture, which is bought with mahogany at Whitecrest. And real quick, guys, this video guide was made in collaboration with Ivan Six's Fish Run Pings, run by Jen Dollars. More information about them at the end of the video. All their links will be in the description. I hope you guys enjoy. Now, to start, for obviously one of the most important parts to a fish run is to getting the fish themselves, which involves a fishing rod, which can be crafted at the crafting station. However, it does require crafting level 4 to craft the fishing rod, and it also requires 10 wood and 4 metal to craft. And these crafting stations can be found at all spawn islands, including Freeport, Cannoneers Key, St. Christopher, Clydesdale, and Birkland as well. Now, the type of wood or metal does not affect the type of fish you catch. And the type of metal does also not affect the durability of the fishing rod, contrary to popular belief. Now, do note that the durability is determined by the fish caught, so one rod will always catch 100 fish. And also, a fish is also caught on average in 11 to 12 seconds. So technically, in theory, you could go through a whole fishing rod in about 22 minutes if you caught every fish without fail. However, realistically, you'd be looking at more closer to 30 minutes just to round up. As well as, you may believe it or not, but a fishing rod can indeed deal damage to other players, and it does have very good range and good blocking abilities, which can make it a last-ditch improvised weapon. However, the fishing rod does still only do 5 damage to other players. And another downside to using it as a improvised weapon is that swinging it near any water will cast the bobber. So you'll have to click or swing again to be able to attack an enemy. And also, I would just like to put it out there that fishing on a laggy server is a very difficult to impossible sometimes. However, if you keep your sound on, there will be a sploosh noise, just like that, and you can use that as a cue to fish. It also is a lot easier with waves a lot of the time just to use sound in general. So that is what I would personally recommend when fishing. Okay, for the next topic, we will be going over fishing levels. Now, your fishing level, as well as where you actually fish, will determine the different types of fish you will be able to catch. Now, from level 1 to 3, you will only be able to catch ballyhoo, mullet, and trout. And then upon leveling up to level 4 now, you will be able to catch mackerel, tarpon, and red drum. And these can only be caught out from the ports, which is commonly referred to as the open sea. And now finally, after reaching level 7, 2 more new fish will be available for you to catch: tuna and marlin, which these 2 fish, similar to the last 3, can be caught in the deepest waters found near or outside the main maps, which is commonly referred to as the Grand Isles, if you did not know. And these parts they call the open ocean. Now, you may be wondering, okay, well, that's great. How far do these borders actually extend? Well, I'll put a graph on screen. Now, graph was provided by MeltGuess, and it shows the barriers of the island ports, the open sea, and the open ocean. So the dark circles you see at the inner port barriers, and these are at every island that has a trader. Now, the lighter colored circle is the open ocean around every port with a trader. And then all the other open space that's not in a circle is considered the open ocean. Now, for obviously what everyone wants to know, if you don't already, how much does fish cargo sell for? Now, fish cargo sells for 200% or two times the original price of all cargo bought with doubloons to all captains and crew members. Now, you may be wondering how much fish you actually need to buy each piece of cargo. So, ballyhoo, you need 12 fish. A mullet, you need 12. Trout, you need 10. Tarpon, you need 6. Red drum, you also need 6. Mackerel, you need 5. Marlin, you need 3. And then tuna, you need 2. Now, you may be wondering, where do I buy these fish now? Now, there are currently 3 islands with fish traders: Freeport, Cannoneers Key, and Harrisburg. Now, Freeport sells ballyhoo, trout, and tarpon. Harrisburg sells mullet and mackerel. And then Cannoneers Key sells red drum, tuna, and marlin. Next to another very important subject on what fish should you buy at each trader. Now, ideally, you should get a equal amount of fish of each. So at Harrisburg, that would entail a 50-50 ratio of each type of fish cargo. However, at Cannoneers Key and Freeport, you should ideally have a 31.7% of your cargo capacity be a certain type of fish, as well as the other two types of fish be 34.6 of your cargo capacity. So, for example, 30% red drum, 34% tuna, and 34% marlin for Cannoneers Key. Now, if you convert that to fit a camel, which is 26 cargo, or 26 cargo fit a Komodo as well, it's 8 red drum, 9 tuna, and 9 marlin. Moving on to the trade routes. Now, I will put a couple of maps on screen. Go ahead and screenshot these. These are encouraged for your personal use and to guide you on your fish runs. These alt maps are also made by Gem Dollar, so huge thank you to him. He put a lot of work into these, and they're extremely useful. Now, your fish run route is going to be determined by two things: what direction the wind is going, so whether you're going to go counterclockwise or clockwise, as well as what type of fish you have. Ideally, you have all sorts of different types of fish. That way you can buy whatever cargo you're port at, but obviously sometimes that is not possible. Now, if we look at the graph on the right, it is a 2 convoy route. So if you are buying fish at Cannoneers Key, you would buy fish there and take that all the way up to Birkeland, then take the Birkeland cargo all the way back to Cannoneers Key and sell. However, if you were buying fish at Freeport, you would take Cannoneers Key cargo to Freeport, buy fish at Freeport, then go all the way to Birkeland, sell all, then go to Harrisburg, sell all the cargo from Harrisburg, and then buy half fish and half cargo, and then go to Cannoneers Key on the left side. It's the same concept, just a different pattern. So it is a very efficient route, and these maps help explain it very efficiently. So feel free to screenshot. Now, what faction should you play when fish running? Now, this can be a subjective opinion, but there are a couple of choices that stand out based on their location or their perks. Now, while in the past, Nassau was the number one choice because it was the most convenient, profitable, and just most favored to do these profitable runs on. However, with the introduction of the Trader Guild, it opens potentially a new possibility of an ideal faction to trade in, since this faction guarantees you are perfected from PvP raiders. However, with the stipulation, you do have to use a level 9 ship or lower, and your ships can only hold 18 cargo. Regardless, the guaranteed protection from your enemy factions trying to steal this high value cargo, the Trader Guild could be a good contender, especially if you were going and trade running by yourself, if you couldn't find a lot of people to join you for some odd reason. Now, it seems Nassau, though, is still the preferred faction of fish run enthusiasts, and this is due to its supreme strategic placement within the three islands with the wind as well. Now, it is also to be noted Nassau has recently got their own navy, which has increased tensions amongst factions. But this also comes with the benefit of having a navy to be protected from enemy factions as well. Now, talking about what faction you should be on, ideally, if you aren't running the trade guild, you should have 5 other crew members besides yourself to help deter potential pirates and generate the most profit amongst a group of people. Now, you can have more than 6 people, including the captain. However, everyone will earn less doubloons. It is highly recommended by everyone, including myself, bringing a full crew of 5 crew members and 1 captain to ensure your chance of survival against potential raiders. However, I guess I will note that the Demeter can hold 7 people, 6 crew members, and 1 captain before you start losing the balloons. Now, what you should prepare for and what you should expect, you should just always in general be aware and be on the lookout for potential raiders or suspicious looking ships coming after you. However, if you're running on the trade guild, you don't have that problem. The biggest thing you should be worrying about is how heavy your pockets are going to be, and enjoy the fishing and reap your profits and wealth from the waters and fish below. Now, if you're wondering what ships you should use, if you're using the Trade Guild faction, there's no need to worry about enemies, so I would recommend using a beaver to its high cargo capacity, its speed, and its good crosswind. However, if you're not using the trade guild and using any other faction, I would recommend using the camel. It is my personal pick. I love my camel, and with a full crew, it can be very deadly with its very strong broadside and high health. However, the Komodo and the Alba are both also very good choices due to their strong armament, health, cargo capacity, and their speed. Now, the Demeter slash series are not the best options despite their really high cargo capacity, and this is due to their weak armament, their slow speed, and slow maneuverability. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this fish guide helped you guys. Let me know in the comments if somehow I left something out or if I misinformed you on anything. Um, Big shout out for Jen and Iman Six's Fish Run Pings. I really do encourage anyone who is interested or just wants free money to go ahead and join his Discord. He does fish runs every single day, and it's completely free to hop on the crew. You just got to be the first ones in there because there can be a line to get in. And that should conclude the fish guide, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed, how do you like it, and how your fish runs are going, as well as if I may have missed anything or got anything wrong. Big shout out to Iman Six's Fish Run Pings and Jen Dollars for helping me make this guide. Go check out their Discord. They host fish runs every single day. It's free money, free to get on the crew. Go check them out. As well as if you're interested in Westwind, our links will be in the description. And look out for more guides to come over leveling up different levels, crafting, materials, and much, much more. Thank you guys. Hope you all have a great week